From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for the debate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting some footage which came in of the successful firing of the Brahmos missile. Now, this happened, in a nautical operation, and the footage is just here with us. This was the successful maiden firing of the Brahmos missile from INS Delhi from an upgraded modular launcher, once again demonstrating the long-range strike capability of Brahmos, along with the validation of integrated network-centric operations from frontline platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, successful test firing there from sea of the Brahmos. And it completely hit its target as per plan with fantastic precision out there. Fantastic precision. That's the visual. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lobby. There is a lobby of people every time, almost like laundromats. Every time there is a riot, every time there is a terror attack, every time justice needs to be done, they intervene. They come in and they wring out the truth and they peddle falsehoods. They spin facts. They twist the reality. What are these people? These are the whitewashers. And they want to whitewash what happened with the riots in Delhi as well. Here is the truth about these people, some of whom are here to even defend people like Ansar. Here are the developments, and ladies and gentlemen, after that, our second debate on the riot whitewashers.
The role of Ansar in incitement. In a remand copy, it is mentioned that Ansar reached to the procession by around 6 p.m. When the procession was going out, he reached with 4 to 5 companions and started fighting. Stone pelting was also happening. Police tried to control the situation, but by then the mob was increased, the crowd was increased, and which the situation went out of the control. But in this, many police officials were also injured. Delhi police in this remand copy has clearly stated that Ansar is not a victim but an instigator.
एक लड़का है अंसार, उसका वीडियो है क्या कमिश्नर पुलिस नहीं देखते क्या, अमित शाह नहीं देखते क्या, इंटेलिजेंस नहीं देखता, वो अंसार को भी नहीं क्यों बनाए? वो अंसार तो उस प्रोसेशन में एक लड़का था जिसके हाथ में इतना बड़ा तलवार थी, उसको समझा रहा है कि बेटा ऐसा काम नहीं करना, हम यहाँ पर मिल कर रहे थे, भारत हमारा वतन है, उसको मेनू क्यूज बनाते.
Now being considered as one of the prime accused, Ansar is a neighborhood don, a sort of Robin Hood with his supporters, who in fact started the violence after indulging in an altercation as the procession was passing by from near the spot where it happened, and then immediately afterwards got that mob, collected that mob armed with sticks and swords, and that's when the trigger happened for the violence. So Ansar essentially one of the prime accused and now being questioned in custody for having triggered the Jahangirpuri violence.
11-12 वर्ष से यहाँ.
उससे
पहले के बारे में नहीं पता. हाँ, वो हमसे बताए थे मोतिहारी बिहार के हैं.
अच्छा, लेकिन असम से.
लेकिन वो मैंने कोई मतलब उनकी वाइफ बता रही थी वो आसाम के हैं.
अच्छा.
जबकि हमसे मुलाकात हुई, बात हुई तो बताया गया कि हम मोतिहारी बिहार के.
अच्छा.
Republic TV has exclusively accessed the remand copy of Jahangirpuri violence, in which Delhi police has stated that Ansar, who is main accused, reached there at the clash site with 4 to 5 people and sparked violence. Delhi police has further stated that the personnel of Delhi police who were deployed there tried their best to stop Ansar, but he did not pay heed to Delhi police's request. Now, massive war of political words have broken out between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, where Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that Ansar is BJP's worker. On the other side, BJP is claiming that Ansar is Aam Aadmi Party's worker.
This is turning into a political face-off.
अंसार नाम के आदमी को इन्होंने मास्टरमाइंड बताया. आज हमें सोशल मीडिया पर ऐसी कई तस्वीरें मिली जिन्हें हम भी पेश कर रहे हैं अब, कि अंसार जो थे वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बाकायदा कैंपेनिंग कर रहे थे. अंसार ने यहाँ पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी की टोपी लगा रखी है. देखिए, बड़ी जम भी रही है इनके ऊपर.
मैं चाहूँगा आतिशी बहन जी को कि कृपा कर कर अंसार के 2019 के बाद के फोटोग्राफ्स भी दिखाएं. छल कपट कब तक चलेगा? कितना झूठ बोलेंगे और कब तक बचाएंगे?
Sharjeel Imam during the Delhi riots and anti-CA protests, to Afzal Guru and Yasin Malik in Kashmir, to Varawar Rao in the left-wing extremism case of Elgar Parishad. Same lobbies, same set of people, same Latins, media, same agenda of indulging with anti-India sentiment. Perhaps it would be repeated again in the case of Jahangirpuri violence as well in Delhi. Hopefully, the police would act tough and bring all guilty to book, irrespective of which side they are.
It cannot be denied, ladies and gentlemen, that in almost a very systematic and well thought out way, there has been a group which over the last 24 hours has tried to lionize Ansar. Make it out as if Ansar is a great individual fighting to keep people together. And one of the people who was really out there defending Ansar, saying that he's just a child working to keep the people of Jahangirpuri together. That kind of false, motivated narrative was put out by who else but Asaduddin Owaisi, whose party spokesperson Waris Pathan now joins me tonight. Terrible, you know, Waris, you know, you keep doing this, you keep doing this. Even if a terrorist is caught, you come and defend the terrorist. You don't know about what the terrorist did, what his crime is, whether he should have done it or not, the background of it, but you defend the terrorist. Why? Why do you look at everything in terms of vote banks and you know, your immediate common interest? Shame on you for trying to give a certificate to Ansar. And Tuhin Sinha also joining me on the debate. Controversy also tonight. Aam Aadmi Party says that Ansar was seen wearing a BJP cap and is therefore a BJP man. Well, my view is that anyone, these kind of people, they'll wear anyone's cap. They have no loyalties and no convictions. But Waris Pathan,
well, a man is presumed
Ansar's
to be
self-appointed advocate and certificate giver.
Proven guilty
certificate giver.
Courts of law.
Yeah, no, certificate. Don't give me your standard line of a man is proven innocent, proven guilty, etc. Please don't say that. The fact is we're dealing with a riot. No, I won't allow you. You must allow me to complete my question.
I am just making my point, Mr. Goswami.
You gave a certificate. You gave a certificate yesterday. Did you give a certificate yesterday?
I'm talking
Did you give a certificate yesterday? Just don't give me a long, elaborate answer.
Not from my party. He's either
Did you give a certificate yesterday?
From the BJP.
Did you give a certificate to Ansar yesterday?
No,
but why did you give a certificate yesterday? Why did you fight for him yesterday?
To anybody.
What did you know about him? Why did you defend him? Why did you defend him? Why did you defend him? I want to play the bite once again if it's fair. Why did you defend him? Why did you defend him?
I'm not defending anybody.
Why did you defend him? Why did you defend him? Why? Because he's a Muslim. Because he's a Muslim. So if he's a Muslim, he has to be defended. What kind of logic is this? Why did you do that?
Procession, first and foremost. Secondly, you have applied NSA on 5 people, all the 5 from the Muslim community. But what about those people who were seen in the procession holding a pistol in their hand, holding sword in their hand, giving provocative speeches, taking out a procession without permission from the Delhi police? Why no arrest have been made on them? Why no NSA on them? So we say whosoever is guilty, you arrest them. Law is equal for everybody. Law should be applied to everybody. Let the constitution prevail. But you cannot say the Vishwa Hindu Parishad now says, if the Delhi police touches us, we will fight with them, we will show what we are. What is this hooliganism, gundaism going on in our country, Mr. Goswami? But Arnab won't say anything. We just say apply law equally to everybody.
Thank you for your...
Thank you. Illegally. They go before
Thank
a
you.
mosque,
Waris.
they provoke,
Waris.
they try to hoist a flag there.
Waris.
When the commotion takes place,
Thank you.
violence erupts. Modi
Wait,
is
Tuhin.
silent, your friend Amit
Wait,
Shah is
Tuhin.
silent, no tweet
Wait,
from
Tuhin.
Modi,
Thank
no
you.
condemnation from Modi, only coming here and shouting on the television by Arnab. Where are we heading to,
Pictures
Arnab
on, sir.
Goswami? Why no coercive steps against those people who took out the procession?
Waris Pathan.
Steps! Arrest them also!
I'll
Let
tell
them
you when
not
you
take
stop.
course. Let the guilty be
Don't shout.
punished. Let peace and tranquility prevail in our country. Why the state complicity is not taken into consideration? Without the state's complicity, this violence could not have taken place in our country. 6 to 7 states are affected, Arnab. You know that?
No, 1
6
minute,
to 7
wait,
states
don't,
are involved in the
one minute,
violence because of the silence of Modi
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Amit Shah. And because of
Yeah.
the hate mongering done by the Mahapanchayat
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
Natijan
Okay.
Singanand, Bajrang
Okay.
Muni,
Now listen to me.
Kalicharan,
Now listen to me. Listen to me.
incite violence. Instead of giving books and
He's shouting.
computer, laptop
There's
in the
no
hands
need
of
to
the
shout.
children, they are giving
There is no
swords
need
and
to shout.
pistols in the hand of children.
What
What
is
is
there's no
happening
need
in
to
our
shout.
country, Arnab?
What is this? What is? Thank you.
Silent on
What is?
that?
Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah,
Stop
why
it.
should
Stop
I-
it. No, Tuhin, you can't. What is stop it? What is
And I
stop
said,
it?
who
No,
said
I'm
was
telling
going
you,
to
you gave a
punish
long
them?
answer. Now listen to me 1 minute. You know, you remind me of something, what is? 1 minute. 1 minute. You know who you remind me of? You remind me of this person who goes on a lake on which there's a thin sheet of ice and you are going wearing spikes. You start jumping over the ice cracks, you're going to fall. And then you start shouting, I'm going to drown, I'm going to drown, I'm going to die. But who told you to walk on thin ice? You have no argument tonight. The only fact you have to answer for is that yesterday you gave Ansar pictures on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't recognize this man, let me put his pictures, full frame of the screen. I do not want to be disturbed by you. I don't want to be stopped by you. I don't want to be heckled by you. I don't want to be disturbed by you. Pictures of Ansar on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Please. Please. This is the man, Ansar. Ansar out here. Ansar with that pushpa pose. Ansar with all the gold. Ansar with the arms. According to Asaduddin Owaisi, he's a fantastic man working for the unity and integrity of India. It's a fact. And today he's embarrassed. His spokesperson is embarrassed. This man, I'm going by the charges against him, ladies and gentlemen. Asaduddin Owaisi says, this kid, this poor little child, this poor fellow, he's just trying to bring people together from different religions. Poor Ansar, according to Owaisi. Tuhin is on the debate, ladies and gentlemen. Owaisi and Waris Pathan are both embarrassed. Tuhin's response. Tuhin, is he from the BJP? Because there are charges that he was wearing a BJP cap.
Well, no.
Why was he wearing a BJP cap and seen with some BJP people?
In 2019, both he and the lady who had contested on a BJP ticket have joined the Aam Aadmi Party. So the Aam Aadmi Party needs to answer. They have very cleverly hidden the pictures.
No, but you mean you admit he was with the BJP before 2019? You admit he was with the BJP before 2019? You admit he was with the BJP before 2019?
No, he was not with the BJP.
You know, was he or was he not? Was he or was he not?
No, please try to understand. Please try to understand, Arnab. During a campaign.
During campaign what?
During a campaign, anybody can flaunt his proximity with a candidate to seek some favors later on. He was never a part of BJP. Let me state this on record.
Oh really?
During a campaign, there are people who flaunt their proximity with a certain candidate to seek certain favors. We should not allow this discussion to shift from the very mischievous remarks made by Asaduddin Owaisi. Please understand, Asaduddin Owaisi represents a small constituency of radicalized Islamists and jihadis, and Ansar is a prototype of the sort of people he represents. So his jumping to the defense of Ansar is justified. But look at the history of Asaduddin Owaisi. Just look at the history of Asaduddin Owaisi in 2015.
One minute. I remember when in the early years of my career, Tuhin, please don't shout. Tuhin and Waris, calm down. Tuhin and Waris. Waris,
we should live
Waris,
peacefully.
Waris,
That is
Waris,
what we said. We
Waris,
quoted the bites given
Waris,
by Ansar's neighbor
Waris,
to the media.
you know something. Thank you, Waris.
Yeah.
Waris, why? When did you learn to be concise? You're a good person, but you speak too long. Learn from me. Speak in short and crisp sentences. Now my question is. No, Tuhin, my question to you is right now. See, Tuhin, You know, in the early part of my career, the BJP used to advertise itself as a party with a difference. Today, a BJP spokesperson, relatively young, called Tuhin Sinha, very well educated, who's also a well-known novelist and a writer of fiction, comes and puts out fiction on my program. You please keep your fiction writing career somewhere else. Don't give me this fiction about how he was with the BJP.
Arnab, please
Don't write a novel on my program. My question to you is, Tuhin Sinha, please allow me unimpeded with my question, please. Allow me unimpeded with my question. I will not be stopped now. My question is, ladies and gentlemen, sorry Tuhin, I won't let you heckle me. Listen to me, Tuhin. You have admitted on the program today that during an election, a local dada, a don, a muscle man, a manager of situations, joins your party because hota hai election mein. You know, then you are the people then who support these people and give them an entry. No, you give them an entry. Whether he joined, he supported. Okay, he didn't join, he supported. He supported. Why was he walking around with your candidate with a BJP cap? Tell all the people watching tonight. Tell all the people watching tonight, why was he wearing a BJP cap on his head? That means you allowed him the entry. Do you understand what happens to him? Tuhin, don't speak over me. Tuhin, even if you're on the back foot, don't speak over me. I want to tell you, viewers. Tuhin, no, I'm speaking over Tuhin. No, I'm speaking to Tuhin. I am speaking to Tuhin. Thank you, don't disturb me. Tuhin, listen to me. Tuhin, you listen to me. Tuhin, you listen to me.
I need to answer you.
No, you are not even listening to my question. You are getting nervous. You're getting nervous.
Most of these elections, many of these elections, especially, not at all. If you allow me 30 seconds, I will exactly explain to you how many elections have you fought. During an election, most of these elections, especially the municipal corporation elections, these are fought in a very decentralized manner. The party does not monitor who all joins
just 1 minute, please. Can I not be disturbed? Tuhin, I'm asking you a question. Tuhin and Waris, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Arnab, you should fight an election.
Okay, Waris, be quiet. I'm asking you, Tuhin. Tuhin, I'm asking you a question. I am asking you a question. I will ask you a question. Now listen to me. And can I not be disturbed when I'm in the middle of a very one-to-one conversation with Tuhin? Waris, please, I opened with you. Let me counter him, no? He asked me a question. He asked me, how many elections have you fought? Not one. Okay. Not one. Do I intend to fight elections in the future? Never. Okay? But I will tell you this. As a citizen of India, I feel let down when a major political party, that also political party that is ruling the country, right, allows the entry of these individuals. Because do you realize, you say he's not formally a member of the BJP, but do you know what happens when that person campaigns with your candidate in the local area? 1 minute, don't stop me. When he walks around with your candidate in the local area, essentially your candidate is putting his shoulder on this man Ansar, and Ansar is putting his shoulder on the candidates. And essentially what you're telling me, elections mein sab kuch chalta hai. I'm telling you today, Tuhin, elections में सब कुछ नहीं चलता है. Neither should you have allowed an entry to a person with a dubious background like Ansar. Neither should have Waris Pathan given a certificate to him.
During an election, eventually there are 100 people who get photographed with you during a campaign. What did I say? There are hundreds of people.
It's not about a photograph. If it was something as silly as a photograph, I wouldn't have asked you. It is not about a photograph. It is about active campaigning by a person. Please don't be superficial. It is not a photograph. Ansar was actively campaigning with and for the BJP candidate. Do you understand the consequences of that today?
Have you seen his membership card? Have you seen his membership card?
Before the nation.
Have you seen his membership card? Do you have any evidence of the fact that he has taken membership of the BJP?
You have made him a prime accused. Now that's the conspiracy.
You know, these accusations have been made by Aam Aadmi Party, which has sheltered Tahir Hussain. These allegations have been made by Aam Aadmi Party, which has sheltered Amanullah Khan. These allegations have been made by Aam Aadmi Party, whose chief Arvind Kejriwal is accused of staying in the house of a Khalistani activist during 2017 elections. Please don't give buffer to Asaduddin Owaisi tonight. Arnab, you are a nationalist. Please don't provide buffer to Asaduddin Owaisi tonight. Asaduddin Owaisi has made a ridiculous statement, and that is what needs to be condemned. You know the character of BJP. The BJP will never tolerate such elements.
We were talking
Even if
about
we were
the
a part of
bites given
BJP
by
today,
his,
strictest
neighbors
actions would have been
to the
taken.
media.
These
His
things
media,
are never condoned by
neighbors
BJP.
who are
Please don't
non-Muslims, they
allow
have stated to the
Asaduddin
media that
Owaisi
he never
to get
involved
away
himself into
with
any
the
of these
absurd and
activities.
mischievous
In fact,
statements which he has
was
made.
trying to save a young boy.
I have a problem with all sides on this, and I believe what is
a young boy who ransacks, vandalizes, and unleashes violence during a festival.
How is Ansar connected with the BJP?
This is a very grave issue. Don't allow Asaduddin Owaisi to slip away with a wrong focus over here.
Elaborate it further.
This violence, similar violence has taken place in Hopali. Similar violence took place yesterday in RA Colony. This is a nation.
Waris, I have a question for you. Waris,
throw in 1 minute.
Should not be allowed to get away. Look, Tuhin and Waris, there are just two of you. Will you not speak over each other? 1 minute, please, Tuhin and Waris. Tuhin and Waris will not speak over each other. I have told you both, and I am the final word. You will not speak over each other. There are just two of you. Why are you behaving like a group of badly mannered backbenchers? Listen to me, Tuhin and Waris. Listen to me, Waris. Listen to me, Waris. Please. See, Waris. Now, when I say see, Waris, I'll complete my question. Waris, Ansar, okay, his call records show that he was called to the area, began arguing with the Shobha Yatra participants. He blocked the path of the procession and eventually led to the riots, okay? And by the way, as a lawyer, you must understand this, okay? That the court saw good reason to send him to judicial custody. If there was no prima facie case, if you were to be sent to judicial custody, okay? And the police will interrogate him further to find out about his role. You said he is a small, little, innocent child, okay? And today you have been completely and thoroughly exposed. My advice to you is, you understand, this man was arrested in 2009 for illegal weapons possession. This man, who you call a small, little, innocent child trying to keep Hindus and Muslims together. I didn't say it. Asaduddin Owaisi said it. Your leader said it. Okay, okay. He was arrested several times, including for outraging a woman's modesty. This small, little, innocent child. 1 minute. He has 1 minute. He has 7 FIRs against him. Please stop. Please stop. He has 7 FIRs against him, including the assault of a government servant. Okay, and he has been linked to illegal drugs, gambling, rackets. This small, little, innocent child, as described by your leader, I have told you what he is. And I am also telling you this is a pattern with you. And don't get provoked at what I'm going to say next. It's a pattern with you. You said Yaqub Memon was hanged for being a Muslim. You said, you defended Yaqub Memon. You defended Yaqub Memon as well. I'm sorry.
No. This man, as you said, he is a gunda, he is a gambler, he was arrested for molestation, he was arrested for whatever reasons. You say this man is a notorious criminal, and this notorious criminal, if at all, was campaigning for the BJP. He's part of the BJP, as stated by BJP spokesperson on the national channel. So now what the conspiracy theories comes out? Clear that this man was working on behalf of the BJP. Can't you presume that, Arnab?
In 2015, these people had provided legal aid to ISIS terrorists caught in Hyderabad.
We have seen these photographs. But you
in 2015, these people had extended support to ISIS terrorists. This is the reality of Asaduddin Owaisi's party.
A notorious criminal is campaigning for the BJP. Arnab, I want the nation to know this.
I'm opening the debate. I'm opening the debate.
This is a party which has openly supported 5 terrorists accused of being a part of ISIS. This is a party which has supported Mecca Masjid blast accused. This is a party which has, as recently as December this year, threatened the police in Uttar Pradesh, saying that Modi ji or Yogi ji ek din nahi rahenge, tab aap kya karoge? These are people who are constantly at war with the idea of India. These are people who are constantly at war with the Constitution, and such people should not be allowed to get away with the
Waris and Tuin, as I expand the debate, gentlemen, it's 10:23. I have not gone to 4 or 5 other guests. Allow me right now. I want to say something. Yes, I have a problem. My problem. And I want Mohammad Asif Sohail, Monojit Mandal, Lokesh Jindal are joining along with Pathikrit Pai, Savio Rodriguez and Ramanik Man. My problem is over the fact that people like Owaisi, when ISIS suspects are nabbed, caught, he's the first person who goes and says, I will provide legal assistance. Why? The state provides legal assistance to everyone. The government of India even provided legal assistance to Kasab. Aapko kya jaldi hai? Why do you have to step forward? No, 1 minute. In our country, Ramanik Man is on the debate. Ramanik Man and Mohammad Asif Sohail will open the debate right now. No. I'm asking Ramanik Man and Mohammad Asif Sohail. Ramanik, thank you, Arnab. In our country, even Kasab got legal assistance. Why does Owaisi have to come in to defend ISIS suspects? Why? What's the reason? What's the rationale? First Ramanik and then Sohail can respond. Yeah, Ramanik.
Arnab, there is a series, there is a pattern which you need to follow and which all of us need to understand. Whether it is Sarjil Imam, Omar Khalid, Tahir Hussain, Afzal Guru, Burhan Wani, or in this case, Ansar.
Ishrat Jahan.
There is a lobby which would come out. There is a journalist lobby from the Lutens. They will come out and give them a cover fire. And AIMIM has now joined the bandwagon as a political party which gives cover fire to such people. There is a very clear pattern. They would try and present a terrorist as a master ka bacha. They would try and present somebody who's instigating violence. And you know, Jahangirpuri is not one-off incident. It is again a pattern. If Asaduddin Owaisi was so outraged, he should have spoken about what has happened in Rajasthan. He should have spoken about what has happened in Bengal. The fact is, when Asaduddin Owaisi states that it's state's complicity in violences, then he should also mention that this happened in Mamta's Bengal, this happened in Gallods, Rajasthan. Why did he not come out and speak? Because the aggressors were on his side and the victims were the Hindus. And this case, again, he's trying to whitewash the entire scenario and flip it head over heels to present Hindus as the aggressors and, people like Ansar and others as the victims.
In this case.
And he's again
in this case, it's very simple. Why do they? I am of a clear view. No.
1 minute, sir. Please let me conclude.
My question is, and Mohammad Asif Sohail, look at the long-term impact this has on the country.
Kasab wearing a kaleva just to show to the world once he's killed that he was a Hindu. You will see people wearing turbans in the farmers' protest just to portray a certain religion. So this has to end. Arnab, my only point is that this has to end, this complicity of these people, the Lutens media, the political cover fire, the intellectual cover fire.
Understood. Ramnik, I want to get in Mohammad Asif Sohail and Savio Rodriguez, please. Mohammad Asif Sohail and Savio Rodriguez, I'm moving fast. See their claims versus claims as far as Ansar is concerned. I want to come back to the issue here. When he doesn't, what was the need? This has become a pattern with Owaisi, particularly. Owaisi is a problem. Owaisi is desperate. He wants to be the person who wants to consolidate the Muslim vote. Allow me to complete. No, you may not think, but I think I can be free to think what I think, right? You think that Ansar is a small little child. I don't think so. Let me say what I'm saying. Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me? And my question, Mohammad Asif Sohail to you is. My question, Mohammad Asif Sohail to you is.
The Constitution.
What are you saying, Waris? Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I am saying
listen to
Owaisi
me
has
for
a
minute.
problem. Yes, he
Why
wants
did
to
he
save the
say,
constitution.
does he save the constitution
Owaisi
by
wants
saying,
to follow the rule of law, which this
by saying he's Israt Jahan's brother,
We want to follow
by
the
calling
law.
himself Israt
But
Jahan's
these people, they
brother,
don't want. They want to do on
by
their
calling
own.
himself
They want
the
to do
Israt
dadagiri,
Jahan's brother,
gundagiri. They don't want
by
to follow
calling
the
himself
law. That
Israt
is what
Jahan's
our
brother, by
problem is.
questioning the Ayodhya verdict, he's trying to save the country.
Why? And Owaisi was
Why
the
did he
first
say
person
37% of the deceased in the UP police encounter were Muslims? Why did he say 37% of the deceased in UP police encounters are Muslims? Do you want the police to now think about who is in the mob, Hindus or Muslims, and act accordingly? What kind of rubbish is this in 2021?
Did he say that?
No.
Did he say that? Did he say this is between 80 versus 20?
You're seeking justification for it. 1 minute. In 20, I'll tell you what he said.
Did he say that?
I'll tell you what he said if you have the courage to listen. In 2021, Mohammad Asif Sohail, he said 70% of all arrested in connection with the 2020 Delhi riots are because they are Muslim. He brings the Muslim angle anywhere. Every time he tries to bring the Muslim angle.
Arnab, when you see...
I'm not. I'm asking him. Why
hear about one thing as far as Owaisi is concerned. Let me answer it. Arnab, see, if you see why Asaduddin Owaisi keep concerned about them is because of Asif Mustafa in Madhya Pradesh is not having two hands. Then he's been booked in the rioting, his house being demolished. Then how come, who is coming forward? Because Asaduddin Owaisi is there. That's the reason, he's trying to help this kind of victims.
Arnab,
they are very poor people.
Can this happen without the
So
basically what you're saying is that Asaduddin Owaisi is only for the
whose government is there in Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, or whether Rajasthan Congress? This kind of communal violence cannot happen without the complicity of the state government.
Okay, what is, since I know you have to go, I know you have to go right now, but Savio, what is one last question to you before you go? Can I have two people? What is, please, I know you have to go, but be quiet. One question. You say these people need help. You say these people need help.
Who said? I said that without the complicity of the state government, such kind of violence cannot take place. Now, without the permission, they are going.
No, why does Ansar need your help? 1 minute, Savio, wait. Why does Ansar need your help? You whitewashed Ansar as a savior. You whitewashed him as a savior. Why did you do that?
Why was there a need?
Why did you do that?
Don't pick up sword.
Why was there a need?
Ansar's
to do that?
neighbor's statement.
Why
who are
did you
Hindus
do that?
and who say Ansar never indulged in this kind of activity. And today what we are hearing, Ansar is the right-hand man of the
Savio is on the way. Savio.
How do you certify him to be clean, Waris? How do you certify him to be clean without an investigation?
Ansar is a man of BJP.
How do you certify him to be clean without an investigation?
Did I say he's clean?
Just because he's a Muslim.
I cited law lexicon.
Just because he's a Muslim.
You whitewashed him.
I cited law lexicon.
Yes, you whitewashed him as a peaceful man. You did. You did, Waris. You whitewashed him as a peaceful man. Your leader said Ansar never indulged in any violence. Why did you whitewash him?
Because he was a Muslim. That's why Owaisi whitewashed him.
Yes, his neighbor said.
Why was he whitewashed?
Statement of the neighbors. There are statements, there are bites given by his neighbors to the media.
Because the neighbor said that's why Owaisi said. Incredible.
Why?
What logic out here? What logic is this? Patikrit Pine is on the debate. Patikrit Pine is on the debate.
Of the statement of the neighbors.
Okay.
Are supposed to be whitewashed.
Arnab, may I with your permission leave, sir?
Patikrit Pine is on the debate. Let's get Lokesh Jindal also. Yeah. Yes, please. I know you have to offer your prayers. Thank you, Waris, for joining me. And my question is, Monojit Mandal, think carefully right now. This whitewashing has to stop, at some point of time. Ansar has been whitewashed as a peaceful man, and some Latvian channels, they were trying to do that as well. They whitewashed the riot accused. They whitewashed the riot accused.
Your narrative. You are propping up the rioters. You are propping up marketing Owaisi and this bunch of fundamentalists. It is you and the BJP. You survive on their laurels. You will prop up. Owaisi has been making such comments for the last 5 years.
Why are you getting embarrassed about it?
Why is it
what is your view on Ansar? What is your view on Ansar? What is your view on Ansar? Why was Ansar? Why was Ansar whitewashed? Why was Ansar whitewashed? You want to tell me? You're going to give me lectures. You're giving me lectures. We're the ones who questioned you on Birbhum. We're the ones who questioned you on Hanskali. No, we don't whitewash anything. You may want to. You may want to. We don't whitewash anything. You whitewashed it. You even whitewashed what happened in Birbhum. No, you even whitewashed what happened in Birbhum, Manojit.
In Bengal. And there are riots in BJP ruled state. In Delhi, there are Pathan.
What happened after the elections? What happened after the elections?
Bengal. The Home Minister must resign.
What happened after the elections?
People were killed in
what happened after the elections in Bengal?
And now, under his nose, when there were informations about riots, the Home Minister of this country is a failure to check the law and order in Delhi. He must resign. And now you are propping up this Owaisi and his fundamentalist friends to shield the Home Minister of this country. And this man left. Why is he left? He came to Bengal to trounce Mamtadi. He proudly said 1 year
back. Okay, Manojit, instead of getting excited, you're getting excited. I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion. I
want to talk to this Waris.
I have a suggestion here.
He challenged me. Last year he challenged me that he will
Which man you want to talk to? Waris is not there. He's gone. He said he's got to offer his prayers. I can show you the multi-window. He's not there. He said he's going for namaz. He left the program. He said he's going for namaz. Why are you shouting at a person who's not there?
You survive on their laurel. You are propping him up. You are marketing Owaisi
now
and
you
his
understand.
Fundamentalist friends. It's you and the BJP because you survive on their laurels. I'm making this charge on national television.
I only market our own brand, which is Republic. I don't market anyone else.
BJP can survive
Don't get excited. Why did some Lutyens channels project Ansar as a helpful neighbor, a nice guy? Why? Okay, thank you, Manojit. I only wish you had shown similar conviction while speaking about the massacre in Birbhum. I only wish you had shown similar conviction and strength of voice when talking about what happened in Birbhum and Hanskali. That time you couldn't speak.
We have. Mamtadi condemned that.
What were you marketing? What were you marketing?
Herself condemned this barbaric attack. Being a chief minister of this country, she condemned this. She condemned the attack. Let Narendra Modi come and condemn.
I go back to the debate. You're taking me off the debate. Pathikrit is on the debate with Lokesh Jindal. You're going off the debate. I'll tell you. When okay, here's my view. When political parties, Lokesh, come and say that a riot conspirator is a peacemaker, then it's not accidental. I don't think so. I think there are people in this country who are professional whitewashers, right? Sarjil Imam, they were whitewashing for Sarjil Imam as well. They said he's innocent, he's a great activist, a fantastic student, etc., etc. Remember, they were whitewashing Ishrat Jahan. They said she was innocent. They refused to accept her terrorist links, her terrorist connections, right? Abu Azmi, all of these people were supporting Sarjil Imam. And they said, Pathikrit and Lokesh, oh, Sarjil Imam has the right to speak. Amnesty International led human rights campaigns for his release. And they're doing that with Ansar now. That's my only point tonight. Which one of you would like to start?
Yeah.
Lokesh. Lokesh goes first. And then Pathikrit, yeah. Okay. Either of you.
Politics of religion that is being played by BJP, AIMI, even Aam Aadmi Party is simply criminalizing politics and politicizing
audio is really
criminals.
Bad. Better.
Okay. Now this politics of religion is criminalizing.
No, it's fine now.
Politicizing criminals. Now, when I'm talking about the legal inadequacies, now Section 153A is inefficient. Representation of People's Act 1951, Section 8 is inefficient. Now, all these criminals, they must be directly put behind bars. They should be kept outside the entire political life altogether. And we need a robust legal mechanism so that these people, they do not, target all the innocents. Now, if I'm talking about the pandemic, that has brought about loss of livelihood to majority of Muslims and deprived of their social and economic securities. Now they are falling prey to these gundas who find these religious processions as some form of a means so as to project their political credentials, get political mileage out of it. Now there is a point that there has to be complete criticism, outright criticism to all these forms of hooligans who are trying to get some form of political mileage. As a unison, we must come out and condemn these forms of attacks. Get rid of all this Hindu-Muslim, get rid of all this form of polarization. Let us talk like informed individuals. Now, I'll just take
Don't
1 minute.
generalize with me.
Now,
Lokesh,
when I'm talking about
Lokesh, I'll take 10 seconds. I'll take 10 seconds. Lokesh, I'll take 10 seconds. Can I intervene for 10 seconds, please?
Please.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll tell you one thing. See, Yasin Malik, was for 10 years, 15 years after all the killing that he did, he was projected as a great person, He was projected as a person who faced injustice. Okay. Even Afzal Guru, this lobby, right? Afzal Guru was protected, and Lutyens authors, Lutyens journalists said the hanging of Afzal Guru is a stain of India's democracy. So terrorist supporters, killers, rioters have all been supported for a long time. I'm just asking the other side to think, are we going to wake up now? We're doing the same thing with Ansar. We're making him out to be some kind of a hero. And the fact is, Pathikrit, the entire Lutyens media got together till recently to make him a hero. There's no doubt on that. Now because Republic has put out the truth, Pathikrit, they don't know where to run.
Arnab, here is a country in which, Arnab, here is a country, can I speak, Lokesh? Lokesh, please give me some space. Arnab, this is a country where a genocide of the Kashmiri Pandits was actually whitewashed with movies like Shikara. And let me tell you how it works. There are 3-4 layers. There are those who instigate and execute the thing. There are those who actually then whitewash the whole thing. And there is a narrative which has already been set in the West. Yesterday, there was an article which was published in the Guardian newspaper of UK where it writes that country appears more divided than ever along Hindu-Muslim lines, and for many, Modi's BJP is to blame. I mean, here is an incident happening where every now and then it's Hindu festivals which are being attacked. And, there is a narrative which has been preset, just like, the stone peltings for which the stones were already gathered before. Secondly, this whole nonsense about poverty being responsible for all this. Mehdi Masood Biswas was one of the biggest recruiters of ISIS, was used to working for an FMCG company in Bangalore. I mean, his Twitter handle was Shami Witness. Today, terrorism and organized violence have become so evolved that there are people who are using darknet. They are using darknet. They are using cryptocurrency for all kinds of things. Stop this nonsense.
What do you want to say? That all Muslims are criminals? All Muslims are rioters? Look at the policy of your government. When you are talking about the policy of your government, look at the hijab ban, look at the Azan row, look at the halal issue, look at all forms of conflicts that are being manufactured by your government. So as to have simple agenda, so as to deviate the information, deviate the entire public from the actual issue, deviate them from the social and economic issues, and thereby manufacture all forms of dissent and bring about criminalization.
Sitting in the West,
now there is a requirement so as to mitigate this form of a crisis, prevent it from becoming a disaster. And what you are doing is making it into a disaster. Have some form of a minimum
not a disaster. This is not a disaster in the making.
You are a disaster.
This is exposing
Coming
the truth.
of BJP in this country is a disaster.
Johnson comes to India, just before Boris Johnson comes to India, it was orchestrated. The manner in which it was orchestrated just before when Trump came to India. There is a nexus that works, and you guys are the biggest fools of the country.
People have brought you to power.
This whitewashing. Thank you. I'd like to bring in Savio again. And I'd request you all not to speak over each other. We have time, abundant time. Savio and Monojit need to come into the debate. I don't like the generalizations. You see, you got to understand here. What did we do with Umar Khalid? A lobby encouraged him, Savio. What did Umar Khalid do in turn? He tried to carry out riots in Delhi. My argument is, I still remember here, Savio, many years back, I think 2015 or 2016, when that case happened, JNU case, where they said Umar Khalid and the others, Bharat ki barbadi tak, jang rahegi, hai na? When all that happened, this fellow Umar Khalid had come on my program and I had blasted him for what he had done. And the entire lobby went after me, said, poor little child, such a good fellow, freedom of expression, 19(1)(a), etc., right? Went crazy supporting him, Monojit. Went crazy. What did Umar Khalid do? Correct. Umar Khalid got so encouraged that eventually he seriously tried to create a full riot in Delhi. You got to nip it in the bud. You can't encourage people like that, whether Umar Khalid or Varavara Rao or this fellow Siddiqui Kapan, or Abdullah Basit, who we caught in a sting operation. Where he admitted being in touch with the ISIS. The moment, you got to understand one thing. You have to understand one thing. You cannot encourage the wrong kind of people, Monojit. I want to bring in, this is not about Hindu, Muslim, nothing. We must stop whitewashing these people. I want Savio to come in on the broader point I'm trying to make. Savio.
The most important thing to remember that in a riot or in a communal disharmony, the first casualty is that of innocent people. So it doesn't matter whether it's a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian. When a stone is flung from a building, it could hit any of them, whether he was a Hindu or a Muslim. The point is there are certain elements in the country that are working against India, and then you have media, you have celebrities, and you have certain activists that support these anti-national elements.
Why could not you stop the riots? You knew that Ram Navami procession will happen on that particular day.
That's the problem.
It's your intelligence failure.
At this stage, India is more important, Professor Mondal.
You knew that this would happen.
It's not Hindu or Muslim. It's not Hindu Muslim. It's India. It's India. It's India. You are destroying India. People like you are destroying India. In Bengal, you are destroying the Hindus. In Bengal, you are raping the Hindus. That's what you are doing. That's what you are doing. That's what you are doing. You're destroying India.
My question here, can I get Mohammad Asif Sohail on the right? No, I ask you here what is also very dangerous here. Mohammad Asif Sohail, every time, if I can come in, Mohammad Asif Sohail and Ramnik Maan and Tohin, every time a accused is arrested, okay, Mr. Sohail, if he or she happens to be of a certain religion, a defense campaign using his or her religious identity begins to get made out, okay? My point is, how is using the garb of religion become a defense against allegations of criminal activity? Give you an example out here. Ramnik, you'll remember, there was an attempt to use this Muslim card and give a clean chit to Delhi riots shooter Shahrukh Pathan by certain quote-unquote journalists who painted him as quote-unquote Anurag Mishra. You know, certain Latvian journalists tried to dilute the 5,000-page charge sheet against Siddiqui Kapan. Against Siddiqui Kapan, who was arrested. Siddiqui Kapan was arrested for his links with the PFI and an attempt to plot riots after Hathras. And they said, no, he's a journalist and a Muslim. The Congress party reduced Ishrat Jahan's terror antecedents. They made her out to be a victim. How many more examples, Mohammad Asif Sohail, do you want? Sarjil Imam, why was he arrested? Was he arrested for being a Muslim in India? Why was Yaqub Memon hanged? Because of his religion or his actions? Answer me. If you have the courage, answer me tonight.
Arnab, I just, see, if they have been found guilty, the court will take this the course of it. Before that, we should not make anyone as a accused in any case. When you see Asif Mustafa in Madhya Pradesh, he has been booked,
and we've seen how courts behave also.
When we see Asif Mustafa in Madhya Pradesh, he has been booked for rioting. He has been booked for
looted money in the name of
when
COVID.
You see him, there is no hands on him.
The court said
How come?
10-12 crore rupees is a small amount.
Asauddin Owaisi is
the same
taking a stand for
this
innocent people. We are making a big scene of it. Like there will be an independent inquiry on it.
Don't speak over each other. Let him finish. Ramnik, 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 let him finish.
Member of Parliament. Why we never have an objection on that? Let the court, let them have independent inquiry. Let them have a proper justice. They should get a proper legal aid. It shouldn't be like one-sided. You are making false cases as an NRCMC.
Ramnik, please. I can't have an interruption over him. I'll ask him a question. Ramnik, please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Ramnik, just don't speak over him. Give me a minute. Okay, now you speak.
He is very frustrated. Let him speak.
This happens. This is a pattern. And this is not now, Arnab. This has been going on for long. And they have been exposed bare naked. ये हर एक चीज में मुलव्वस होते हैं. जब ये मुलव्वस होते हैं, इनको एक्सपोज करने की बारी आती है तो ये कवर फायर के लिए आ जाते हैं. कभी जर्नलिस्ट आ जाते हैं, मीडिया पे, कभी आपके सियासतदान आ जाते हैं, असदुद्दीन ओवैसी जैसे। आप बताइए ना, आप बताइए ना कि एग्रेशन कब तक चलेगा? आप बताइए कि असदुद्दीन ओवैसी परमिशन देंगे कि राम नवमी में जुलूस निकलेगा या नहीं निकलेगा?
I'm bringing Tuhin into the debate. I'm bringing Tuhin into the debate with a very specific example. Asif Sohail, 1 minute. Ramnik, 1 minute. Ramnik. Ramnik, one question here. Mr. Sohail, will you be quiet for a minute? Mr. Sohail, will you be quiet? I have 2 minutes left. I have an excellent example which will seal the debate. Mr. Sohail, please 1 minute. Arey bhai, aap 2 minutes. Be quiet for a minute. God, we waste time doing this. Thank you. My question is, thank you. 1993 Mumbai serial blast convict Yaqub Memon was hanged. And Asaduddin Owaisi said to him that he was hanged because of his religion. I want to know how he came to that conclusion. I want Tuhin to take that. Owaisi said Yaqub Memon was hanged because of his religion. That is called whitewashing.
There have been many
appeasement
convicted in the
appeasement of jihadis and terrorists in this country is a very big malaise. Allow me to complete, please. Arnab, appeasement of jihadis and terrorists is a very big malaise in this country, and while this show of yours, this debate may have been triggered by Asaduddin Owaisi, rest assured that people like Akhilesh Yadav and Mamta Banerjee have been equally complicit in it. Akhilesh Yadav recently, came out to defend a person called Murtaza who had attacked the Gorakhpur temple. He tried to remove cases against, those accused in the Ayodhya and Varanasi blast. So this is a larger malaise, and while you have rightly pinned down Asaduddin Owaisi, the larger mentality of some of the opposition parties, I can tell you today that the smaller experiments leading up to what is happening in Delhi today, the smaller experiments, be it the Azad Maidan riots of 2012 or the smaller riots in Bashirhat and Malda which took place in 2016-17, were
and ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I began my program by saying that sometimes you have to hammer the point home. In the course of the last 3 days, we've tried to bring you absolutely intricate details and research to expose what the lobby's been trying to do. Now, let me tell you, if Republic had not done that, that lobby would have presented falsehood as truth in the case of Karoli, Khargon, and now Jahangirpuri. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had great feedback from you to our reporting. I'll be back at 9 with the latest news and the hottest debate. Good night and goodbye.